if a guy came up to you and say I'm 5'8" and I got a big white tee on and some big old baggy shorts, and I like walk up to you and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you want to go out on a date, and
What your name
like,
is?
yeah. What's your name? Like, what would you say to me?
I might be like, I'm gonna tell you my name, but it's probably not gonna go anywhere else.
Can I get your number?
For me, there has been
Can I get your number?
Because if the individual holds the greater responsibility, right? So when things go dump in the night, who goes get it? The man. When the roof falls down, who has to go fix it? The man, right? When the kids start acting up, who has to go get them back in line? The man, right? So by definition, if he has the greater responsibility, wouldn't that make him the prize?
I feel
Meaning,
like
wouldn't he be the person worth seeking?
Yeah,
right.
Me personally, I just still feel like it's 50-50, and that's why God made a man, and that's why God made a woman.
Yeah.
But hold on, I love what you said. Wait, hold on,
because
because she about to bring the Bible in. I love when people do this.
I wasn't about to.
You just did.
I wasn't about to go deep.
All right, so I'm gonna since you put your toe in, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my foot in. So this is what we're gonna do right now. So everybody does the whole, well, God made the man and the woman, right? That's not what happened. He made the man, and then he took the woman from his rib and then presented the woman to the man, right? So the woman was created
it was not
from the man.
It was not
from the man.
It wasn't good for
So
men to be alone.
Facts. So the woman is created for the man, not the other way around.
But when you
so
say
who's the prize?
It makes it sound like the woman is like the lesser, like the lost.
And that's the funny thing.
It's not supposed to be lesser.
It's never lesser.
I don't like the word prize.
It's complimentary.
Yeah, I think the wordage is just wrong.
Well, this is the problem. So like, it's complimentary is what you are. Like, women are supposed to be like, y'all were taken from our side because y'all are of our equal.
We needed to make babies.
We are here to
literally
add on to what you guys provide.
But it still goes back to the bottom line, though. The reason why we bring this up so much is because, like, when you think it's 50-50, when you mentally say in your head it's 50-50, this is what happens. You go out into the dating marketplace, and when you're dating people, when you're talking to people, you expect guys to chase you. And this is also for other reasons. This is also because we have a simpidemic, and there's so many fucking simps that will chase all day long and buy shit all day long and text all day long and do all types of shit, getting nothing in return. That, like, we have a simpdemic, but a lot of it, when you have that mentality of like, I'm the prize or it's 50-50, you're not going to chase the right man. And sometimes you got to chase the right man. Sometimes it's up to you to go and find the right guy and go find. So like, if you have this mentality of, oh no, I'm the prize, or it's 50-50, you might never get the balls to chase, but you got to have those balls to chase because that's how, but you got to be very careful about it too. You got to chase, but without fucking giving up sexy too easily, because then it might not be a quality guy. He might just fuck you and then not keep you around. But at the same time, like, while you're making the guy wait, you got to make him know that you're not just egging him on, because there's so many women today that will date a guy for 4 months and never fuck him. Like, they're just eating with him and stuff, and they're just like, it's just a big lead on that's going to lead to nothing, So you don't want to, if you want to make a guy wait, there's this weird mind game they got to play where you got to like do like the jump hugs. You got to like do certain things so he knows he's going to get sex soon. Like he has, like, you have that burning, genuine desire for him, but you're just not going to give it up quickly. And that's one of the biggest issues for the women. Like, a lot of our panel, like, shout out to Myron from Fresh and Fit. He actually brought this up in a good clip I saw earlier. And he was talking about how it's hard to give advice on these shows, because I can give advice to men and it's going to be advice for men that's going to put them in the advantage. And I can give advice to women, but it's going to put y'all in the advantage. But in reality, the best relationships are the guys running them. So it's like, it's really,
I agree.
So it's really hard for me to give relationship advice though for a woman though, because like for the guy to lead, like, I'll give you a perfect example that's personally for me. I don't like being with girls that don't let me hit on the first night, like relationship wise. And the reason why is because those girls like me more. I've had relationships with multiple girls. I know how they work, that I've noticed there's a trend. And the girls that let me hit on the first night really were down for me, had burning, genuine desire for me. Way more than the girls that made me wait 2 or 3 months or whatever, So because of that, as a guy that makes in the high six figures and stuff,
was that desire lust?
Huh? Was it lust?
Yeah, was it desire lust?
So you gotta understand, like, lust is something that's like always gonna be around, but the animal instinct in us, that's something that is very real. Like we look at evolutionary biology. How a man works is, I want to sleep with you as soon as possible, and I want to make sure no other fucking alphas or no other fucking men are around you. Like, you're mine. This is mate guard. This is my pussy now. This is my shit.
Oh god.
You know, and but that's how men fucking work. Like, and we want to get it fast. And so there's some guys though, and they'll hit it on the first night, like, oh, she's a fucking hoe. I'm never talking to her again. And I would consider those guys
that's
not.
wrong.
I think those guys don't have experience, because if they had experience with a lot of women, they would know that girl's really fucking down for them. Now, did she do that for 5 other guys in the past? Possibly, but you're just competing with those 5 other guys to be better than them. Guys are always competing with with whoever y'all fucked with before in the past.
Yeah, that's what it means to be like a true alpha male, I feel.
Well, that's what makes it. That's why it's so bad for y'all to sleep around, because if y'all sleep around a lot, there's something called alpha widowed. And once you're alpha widowed, once you've slept with a certain say like you only like 6'4" guys, or guys with big dicks, or guys that take you on vacations and all this stuff, you're alpha widowed in these certain categories, and you're gonna constantly go back and remember that or think about that. And these new guys, if they don't hit certain traits, you're not going to accept them. They're not going to be at that level. And like, you can never take them seriously. That's what's dangerous about sleeping around for a woman. It's very dangerous for a woman to sleep around, because every time y'all have an orgasm, you're releasing oxytocin. That's not how it is for a guy. It's not the same.
So I got a question for you, Sergio, and
Yeah.
this might be for Sika as well. You know, whenever talking about guys that have girls that sleep with them the first night, and guys will be like, oh yeah, she's a hoe, she just sleeps with me the first night. I think this is the problem with a lot of women. They go into thinking like, oh, all I have to give him is sex, and that's what's going to get me the relationship, or that's what's going to get me the actual ring at the end of the day. So technically, I feel like, yeah, there's some guys that are out there, but it's also the responsibility of the lady too. If they're not doing anything other than providing the sex, they put them in the sex only category, the hoe only, the fuck only category.
Yeah. So like my I'll give my girlfriend as a good example for this. Okay. So like, whenever this happens, based off their Instagram, based off their lifestyle, based off everything that you see about them, you can judge and be like, okay, this is the type of girl that she's outside all the time, or she's the type of girl where she has 500 guys following her, like her DMs are full of messages every day. Like, you can tell if a girl is the type of girl that has a bunch of guys hitting them up or not, or if they're outside all the time or whatever. And those things are, okay, I'm just gonna put her in the fuck only category now. Like I'm not gonna make her a relationship. And that's what guys normally do. Like,
I think that's so flawed.
it's so flawed.
I think it's so flawed.
Explain
I
to
think
me,
it
though.
makes
Sex,
sense,
uh,
honestly.
Explain to me though. Like, no, I want to peel the layers back. Why
I think
do you
it's
think
flawed because that's just judging a person based off what you see, and you really don't know this person. I could be out every fucking weekend.
So here's the
and-
thing though. If a guy came up to you and
Mhm.
say I'm 5'8" and I got a big white tee on and some big old baggy shorts, and I like walk up to you and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you want to go out on a date, you know? And
What your name
like,
is?
yeah. What's your name? Like what would you say to me?
I might be like, I'm gonna tell you my name, but it's probably not gonna
Scoop,
go anywhere
hey,
else.
Can
But
I
there has-
get your
but
number?
For me, there has been
Can I get your
times-
number though? Are you gonna give me
It
your number?
It just depends, honestly, and this is just for me. Like,
But what if I
I'm
got
just-
I might have a Lambo outside. You know what
That's
I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying.
That's
It
why. So
just-
people judge a book by its cover, though. Like that's
right. I think that's flawed. I don't do that. Like, I tell people all
Come
the
on
time, I
now.
don't have a type. None of
Well-
my guys, no, the job's not the same.
Yeah.
Height not the same.
Yeah.
Look not the. I don't have a type because
Yeah.
I feel like you have to literally talk and get to know
Have you
people.
dated white
I
guys?
dated this one. I have.
Okay.
I've dated this one guy who my whole family like teased me over because he was short, real nerdy, like,
yeah. He was
he's
the
a black
opposite of what
guy,
you normally liked. Yeah.
the total opposite, but I'm more of a mental person, and he got me off of the mental. We had so much to relate on. Like, he,
Mhm.
every time we was out, I never had to pay for anything. Not that that matters, but
Oh, it does matter.
It matters, but that's not why I got with him. It was again the mental. So I think that's a flawed thing that a lot of people do, but there are certain people out here that does give people chances and really talk to people to get
Yeah.
to know them, and that's just
So-
how I
so-
am.
So I got a question. What happened to those guys?
Man, he and I dated.
But
Yeah, but you're
what-
not with any of them
Yeah, yeah.
anymore. Is what we're saying.
Yeah, because we broke up for.
But
not because of his
here,
image.
No, but why did you break up with? My bad, Sergio. Why did you break up with him?
Different beliefs. He's an atheist.
But
Mm.
see, but it all goes back to something else though. Like, bottom line is like, shit. I just kind of forgot everything. But so what
you were talking about. You were using the example of
You're saying the
judging
guy
a
puts
book by its cover, like how
Yeah.
some women
Oh,
would
okay.
put
So
women in
like
categories.
so bottom line is this. Once again, the guys that are the top 10%ers, or whatever, like, they are the prize. So if they're the prize, you have to act a certain way. You have to portray yourself a certain way. Like, you're not the one. It's not the other way around. Now, if it was the other way around and like women were fucking choosing men and stuff like that, I'd agree with you. I'd say, yeah, he needs to accept anything about you. But no, like, you're jumping into, when you're going to a man's frame, you're doing what he wants. And this is what I'm saying. You can go fuck those guys. And this is what will happen. They will never, guys lie all the time. The biggest problem today with women is that y'all don't understand that men lie.
You forget they lie.
Yes. And because we just want box.
Most women.
We just want pussy. And a lot of women don't understand that. So we will sit there and say everything. We'll sell you the dream while putting you in the sex only category. And this is the problem, is like, a lot of girls think, oh, I'm going to get the ring, I'm going to get these things. And it's like, no. And it's because of your Instagram. It's because you go on girls trips. It's because you go on a girls nights out, because you do all these things. And he's never going to tell you that bothers him. And even guys that are in a relationship with those girls, they're never going to say anything, because if you're a guy that already struggles to get sex, already struggles to get relationships, are you going to sit there and complain to your girl and try to control her and try to tell her what to do? No. What you do is, when you're a valuable guy, you build a frame, and the woman steps into it. And if she wants to go out on girls' nights, if she wants to go and post bikini pictures or anything, okay, then you're stepping out of the relationship. Fine. That's fine. You can go. You're gone. But I'm not breaking up with you. You just stepped out of the relationship. It's that simple. And so, like, it's all goes back to, who's the prize. And so, like, you're right. Like, you don't have to do those things, but for the guy that you want, you probably got to do those things.
So what qualities make you guys put certain women in sex only, categories, and then the wife category?
So loyalty is really fucking massive to men, and the problem is that women don't understand that there's multiple ways to be loyal. You can be loyal, there's multiple ways to be modest. Okay, so there's not just modesty in your clothing. Like, you could be modest by wearing a dress that covers everything. Okay, so let's look at internet modesty. Internet modesty is not having a bunch of bikini pictures on your Instagram, or maybe not wanting to even ever going on a podcast, because this is putting your face out there and your opinions and all that stuff.
Shit.
Like, yeah. So, but they're because, like, there's a lot of girls. I'm friends with tons of beautiful women in Dallas. I'm talking straight fucking 10 models. Okay. Some of them would never come on this podcast, and it's a modesty thing. They would never put their opinions or who they are out there. Like, they're going to find a perfect husband, and that husband is going to be one of the few men that know anything about her, that have access to her looks, have access to her body, have access to conversations with her. That modesty is that privacy is a big deal, because for thousands of years, we couldn't tell if the child was ours or not. So we give a lot of fucks about loyalty. That's why men make guard so hard. That's why we don't want our girl going out on nights out with the girls. That's why we don't want y'all going on girls trips. That's why we don't like all the bikini pictures. Like, I don't want no guy, like I was telling y'all earlier, I want to fuck you fast, and I want all the other men get the fuck away. Mine. Ooh. Like, my shit. Like, I'll fucking go turn to an ape. Yes, turn into an ape. Motherfucker. Like, for
animalistic.
real. No, for real. But it's because that's what we had to do for thousands of years to make sure that our child would say ours. We couldn't have birth. There was no test to tell if the baby was ours or not. So that's how men are. We make guard. It's same with children. I have a daughter, and I'm always going to guard her, because I don't want something to ruin her. Women are ruined by trauma. So you have to very much fucking protect them as much as physically possible.
I agree.
Men are here to protect women. That's a fact.
SA is 100% a really big problem with women.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you, and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.